So I am retightening my hair on my own because I have not been able to find a consultant that will do it. And yeah, so this is me retightening my hair. Um, it, I didn't. This is probably my first time retightening my hair myself. I shouldn't say the first time, but um, in July when I was in Thailand for 3 weeks. I had a lot of time on my hands. So I was like, let me retie my hair. I had tried um, one person who said that they could retighten. And she said she could retighten, but after 12 hours, she was only done with less than half of my head. So I went a really long time without getting my hair retightened, and we know with Sisterlocks, like you have to do that. That you have to retighten. You should retighten your hair every 6 weeks. And I just couldn't find anyone. I had found someone, a friend who I was trying to teach, but it was just taking no fault of hers, but it was just taking a while to like get her to retighten my hair, and it was just a lot of time. So I went a really long time being stubborn, went a really long time without retightening my hair. And then she got some tools from her friend, which is this curved tool that I'm using, and I'll show you it momentarily. But I got the tool, and I was like, maybe I'll retighten it. But in I think at this point I've had my locks for 14 years. And so in 14 years, I have never retightened my hair. I was always very happy to sit in the consultant chair and do let them retighten my hair. But this is a tool that I'm using. Um, it's just a lot of work. My shoulders are tight. Um, and so it hurts. And then I just don't have the patience, to do it. But hey, I live in Bali. There aren't a lot of consultants here, and so I have to do it myself. So, yeah, that's what's going on now. So here is my lock. You see they're very long, so it can. This threading just takes a little time to do. I just put my hair on the thread, and I have about 4 clips in the back of my hair. And at this point, we try and maintain a grid, but I just want my hair done. And so hopefully, with me and my technique, like that, I'm doing a good job of maintaining my grid and getting everything together, keeping it all together. But yeah, this is me retightening my hair, and it will take a long time. I did this one side. I did it in a couple of hours. Um, but yeah, it's a lot. So let's talk about my life here in Bali while we're here. I moved to Bali in January of this year. So yeah, moved to Bali in January of this year, and I retired myself last year in 2019. I'm sorry, in 2024. And I was only able to do that because I was listening to the founders of Exodus Summit where they were just telling us that, life is, you can have like that soft life. You can, as a Black woman, you can you can do as little as possible. And I wanted to do as little as possible. Um, And so I packed up all of my belongings and I sold everything and I moved to Bali with just 3 suitcases and a dream. Like I just wanted to do it. And I came here. I didn't think, you know, I honestly didn't think that Bali was gonna be home, but I thought like I was just gonna travel the world. Like I was gonna, have these 3 suitcases, and I was gonna travel the world. At first, let me tell you, damn 3 suitcases. It was too much. Like I don't even wear half that stuff. I could have left it at home, just because of the tropical climate. Just because people here in the East, Southeast Asia, they don't even care about that. I don't have nobody to impress but myself. Um, and so, I mean, we wear less clothes here, honestly. And I don't need all of that, like the heavy jeans, the sneakers. I wear flip flops 80% of the time. I wear sneakers to the gym, or if, I want to have on my cute little dress and sneakers, how we do back in the DMV, I will wear that. Um, but yeah, for the most time, I wear my flip flops and a little dress or some yoga pants or some little flowy pants. It's very a low, low maintenance vibe. But yeah. But anyway, so I thought I was gonna come to Bali and stay here for like a month or two, and then move on and go to. I thought I was gonna go to Vietnam because Vietnam is like one of my favorite cuisines, and I love the people. I had a really good friend that's Vietnamese, so I was like, I'm gonna move to Vietnam and I'll not move, but I thought I was gonna just go there for a little while and travel, different parts of Vietnam that I hadn't seen before and all this and that. I went to Vietnam for 3 weeks. I had a blast with my Exodus Summit sisters. Like it was amazing, but I at the end of the 3 weeks I was like, I want to go back to Bali. Like, I went, and so I came back to Bali. I adopted some cats. I know you probably heard them earlier. I adopted 2 cats. Well, actually, they adopted me because I just wanted to be doing the humanitarian thing and just, being a good person and just take them and get their vaccinations and get them, vaccinated. I wanted to get the mama Lily. I wanted to get her, well, I named her Lily. I wanted to get her sterilized and I wanted to get her sterilized and, just possibly, get them adopted out. Get her and her babies adopted out, right? Trick was on me. So I come back from Vietnam and now it's time to take them to the vet. And so these are, remember, stray kittens, wild feral kittens and cat. And while the mom was, you could tell that she had been around people, she came to me easily. Her 3 little kittens, it was a terror. I finally caught one. I named her Ayu. I was able to catch her only because she is missing a front paw and she was really tiny. And so she didn't move that fast. So I was able to catch her. And the brother, which was an orange cat, I ran all over the villa, all over them, the people place trying to catch this kid and could not catch him for nothing. And I tried, but so I took the 2 cats to a foundation here for animals and to get them, new, sterilized, and to get them sterilized. And so we get there. Let me tell you, um, Lily was pregnant again. And so they were like, "Oh yeah, she's pregnant." I was like, "Well, what the hell?" Then I was like kind of excited because I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll get to have some, see some kittens grow up." And they was like, "Oh no, we can give her an abortion." An abortion? I didn't know they do abortions in cats, right? So, anyways, that was the plan of action. They're gonna, give her an abortion and sterilize her, and for baby Ayu, which was the three-legged cat, um, she would have to be. She was too young at the time to get sterilized, so they just gave her immunizations and treated her, like dewormer and flea and all of that. So they gave her that, and they was like, "You're not bring her back in a few months." So Lily stayed the night, and IU got her immunizations, and I just kind of put her back under the table because I didn't know what to do with her, right? And I felt really bad because she was there by herself. Like she didn't have her mom, she didn't have her brother. Well, I think her brother came back that night and stayed with her. But so I went and picked up Lily the next day because they kept her a little longer because of the two procedures they were doing, and she was kind of groggy, and they just wanted to monitor her. So I picked her up the next day and brought her. I picked her up the next day to bring her home. And they was like, "Oh yeah, she's gonna have to stay indoors 2 weeks." I was like, 2 weeks. So the only thing I had was my villa because the where I was staying, it was no place for her to stay and be safe and where she'll be able to heal. So I brought her back to my place, and yeah, of course, in those 2 weeks, I kind of fell in love. Lily is such a great cat. But, anyways, I fell in love with her, and I brought IU in because she was still, even though she was older, she was still nursing. And I think that's because of her, her little traumas she had. Please don't be judging my hair. But I think that's because of her little traumas that she had, that she was still nursing. And so that was how I got my two kittens. Yeah. And they have been with me now since March, and it's August. So what's that, 5 months? Um, Lily is still the greatest cuddle buddy, and she loves me. She comes and sit by me all the time and demand um, that I brush her or I scratch her or I just talk to her. She just want those things. IU still runs from me. She has just gotten, like within the last few days, she has just gotten to where she will allow me to brush her. Um, but the funny thing is, she will come to me if I have a treat. So if I say the word treat and she see it, she's coming to run to me. She will eat it out of my hands. She will lick it off my fingers, and then she'll go away because she don't F with me. She'll be like, "Yeah, I don't F with you like that." So she runs away. Um, the other day, I with her little three legs, she jumped over the wall at my place, at my house, and Lily and I sat in the house all day crying because I was like, "Oh yeah, she's definitely a goner." Because first and foremost, how the hell she get over the wall and she only got three legs, and then it's we've only been here like a month, so she doesn't know like outside the surroundings and all of that. So I thought for sure she was a goner, but she made her way back that night, and Lily and I both gave her a good talking to. And I kept her inside for a few days because I told her I didn't trust her anymore. I think she got the hint, but We went outside today to try and um, test to see how she would do. And that little heifer still was sizing up that wall, trying to figure out how she was going to get over it again. Because I took I took down I created a barrier so she couldn't jump on this. There's a koi pond in front of my yard, and it has this little short retaining wall, so she can jump on that easily, and then from there over the fence. It's not a small jump. It's still a huge jump. I never thought she would do it, but anyways, I took that away. So she's trying to figure out a way to get over there. So, but yeah, um, and fortunate for me, like this is like the second time IU has ran away. But fortunately for me, Lily never goes. Like she never runs away. Um, it's just IU, and I don't know what's in her spirit that keeps her from wanting to run away. But yeah, she does. Um, she does. She likes to be outside, and she will stay outside all day. Um, my yard is kind of fenced in, so she would just go hide in the bushes. Well, I shouldn't say in the bushes. She hides in these plants, and she'll stay there all day in the shade. Um, and typically, I would go out there and just at night and just tell her to come inside, and she'll come inside. Um, but yeah, so she's doing that. But anyways, I am here in Bali. It is now I think I'm coming up almost on 8 months of living abroad. It is the best decision I could have ever made, minus this minus this dang hair. I didn't think that one all the way through, right? But I am working out. I'm eating good. Um, yeah, I'm eating good, and I am working on my mental health. I And so life is good. I miss my family and friends some terribly. I miss a lot of the conveniences that we had in the States, that I had in the States, like Amazon and just being able to go to a good restaurant and sit down. Like they have great restaurants here, but it's still different. Just it's just some of those things that I miss, but I don't miss like the hustle and bustle of life. Um, I don't miss many of the stressors that I had in my life, like um, all of those things. Like I've downsized everything. I went from, I think my house was like 2,600 square feet. I left that, and this house maybe that I'm in is maybe 500 square feet, if that. Like it is a small kitchen. It is a little dining room, a bedroom, and a bathroom, and that's it. It's like it's smaller than any one bedroom apartment that I've ever seen. Um, it's honestly, I would say the whole apartment is probably the size of my bedroom and bathroom that I lived in before, but I couldn't be happier, you know, because of it. Like it's amazing. I love it. Um, what else? Um, I ride a scooter every day. I hadn't been on two wheels in over 10 years just because I had a good, well, guy I was dating. In 2015, he lost his life on motorcycle, and since then I hadn't had any desire to ride a motorcycle again. When I was in my younger years, I used to ride a Gixxer 1000. Um, but yeah, I gave all of that up after the accident. So I came here, and it had been 10 years since I've been on a bike. And I think, after the jet lag, I would say probably day 3 or day 4, I got a bike, and rode a bike, and I rode the bike for like I think it was like an hour away. But yeah, it was scary as hell because these people here, they don't have, there's no rules on the road. They will cut you off. They ride on the sidewalks. They ride beside cars. They ride going into the other lane, like into the other lane with oncoming traffic, yeah. And on top of all of that, there is we're on driving on the opposite side of the road. So it was a big learning curve. It was a lot of getting over the fear and hesitation because, of my friend, passing on the bike. But yeah, I got over it. I think I'm doing great on the bike. I ride in the I ride when it's raining. Like when it rains here, you can't just life doesn't stop. You just put on a raincoat and rain jacket, a poncho is what we call them, and we still go out and ride on the bike. Yeah. So that is my life. Um, what else? Um, yeah. So life is good here. I just wanted to show you guys how I was sitting here, being reduced to retying my own hair and being reduced to retie my own hair and just giving you a little insight into my life here in Bali. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.